Right. The thing is, Adam and I were just talking about a guy assistant versus a girl. To have an assistant is a weird thing anyway, because it just feels weird to have someone do stuff for you. But girls are good in a way, and guys are good. But the thing like this, when you get in a fight with a guy, you want to fight him.
Right. Well, you've had your. I mean, this is actually playing to your strengths, David Spade, because not only
everything that's come up today.
Have you had heavy-set, drug-abusing comedy partners meet an early demise? You've had assistants and had scraps with them.
What happened? He tased you?
Yeah, it was horrible. I mean,
what happened?
I kind of played it down at the time. It was a drag. I mean, he broke in at 5 in the morning. I woke up to see someone standing over me in my bed.
Was he just high as a kite?
Yeah.
On meth?
8 ball.
And he wanted. And why did he? Was he delusional? Was he in a fugue state, or did he actually think you owed him money?
No,
or what was going on?
You know, he was doing comedy and he was into improv and stand up, and so I tried to help him with that. And we were good friends. He worked on Tommy Boy. He's a nice guy. He's a big guy too. He's like 6'2".
Yeah.
And he, I think, built up some either resentment or whatever, and he came in, broke in, woke me up, beat me up, stun gunned me, beat me up again. I escaped to the front, beat me up again out front.
So you're just
terrible.
Yeah.
Were you severely injured?
Yeah, but I played it down. It was so weird. I didn't know what to make of it. So I got my shotgun. That's what we were both going for, is my loaded shotgun.
You're lying in bed. You're asleep.
Yeah.
Heather Locklear's to your right.
Yeah.
Pam Anderson to your left.
Yeah.
And you're just sandwiched in the middle.
Exactly.
You're asleep.
Yes.
And now, by the way,
12 shots of Patron have been emptied.
I used to sleep in the nude and sleep in my underpants for this one reason. Because I don't want to have a nude dude throw down in my bedroom. I want at least the boxer briefs to be on.
Try it in a Coneheads t-shirt, which is what I was on.
Were you?
Now, long one, so it looked like a nightie, or did you have the underpants on?
The sleeves cut off so you can see the guns, but it doesn't help. First of all, I'm probably not a great fighter. I will fight because I have a temper, but I don't want to fight at 5 a.m. I don't want to fight a guy I know. And I don't want to fight when I don't know why I'm fighting.
So the guy
took you by surprise.
Yeah.
The guy has the keys to your joint, right?
You trust him with everything.
No, it was all on code, so he was locked out. He had to break in through the doggy door. He had to reach up and open the door.
So he breaks his way in, and you literally wake up to find him standing there.
In the hallway, classic, like a movie, shadow.
And you don't know who it is at first, just a huge man in your house.
Oh, it feels like someone's in my room, and I look up and someone is.
And I feel like that would shave 20 years off my life right there.
You know what? I didn't think it was a big deal, and I think people that get taxed, if I go shake it off, I actually had to move because the house had blood on the floor, it had blood on the wall.
What were the nature of your injuries when it was all over?
Oh, nothing too bad. A severe A kicking, a rip on my arm, this scar because the stun gun has sharp points. So he's punching me and hitting me with the stun gun, so it's cutting my back and cutting my arms. And
now you feel someone's in your room, so you wake up. Does he announce who it is? Or do you know who it is almost immediately?
Once he sees that I catch him. See, the theory is there's a gun under my bed.
He knows it's there.
And he knew it. Yeah, he's the only other one that knew it. So the idea was he was feeling a bit suicidal at that point, probably because of what he was on.
Right.
He's a good guy. I mean, that was the weird part. So
he's out of his mind.
He wanted
on
to
drugs,
get me incapacitated to get the gun. To actually take us both out.
I see. Both of you. Why take you out on the way out of this life?
Just for laughs. I don't know. Just let's all go down in this. I don't know. I think it's one of those weird things like Phil Hartman's wife did.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same exact situation.
So,
actually.
I mean, the guy knows you have a loaded shotgun underneath your bed, or you did at the time.
Yeah.
He wants to get it. He wants to take you out. He wants to then take himself out.
Something
and he's
like that.
beaked out of his brain on speed or coke or both, right?
Yes.
So now you get in this wrestling match with the guy, and he's trying to get under the bed to get the shotgun.
He's actually just beating me up and stun gunning me to stop me from moving. And then I keep getting away somehow. I don't even know.
You know he's going for the gun.
No,
at this point.
I don't know. I just know he's beating me up, and I'm trying to live. Honestly, I thought for sure I'd die.
And are you just screaming his name? Like what?
I was. It got a little high pitched.
How many times did you yell, "You're fired"?
Skippy. What was his name?
Yeah.
Skippy. I don't know.
At one point, I was like, "You're down to 3 days a week." And I didn't want it to come to this.
Part-time, your ass.
Yeah.
We do have audio, actually.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I can't wait.
Don't chase me, bro.
Actually, the tasing was the least of my problem.
Yes, I know.
The beating over and over by a guy like that.
So he's pummeling
so
you
he beats
about
me
the
up
head.
he goes, the cops called, your alarm went off. I go, I didn't even turn out. I didn't turn out. I go, sorry, they called you. I didn't get what's going on. He goes, you're alone? And that was back in Laura Flynn Boyle days. And she was with us at dinner, and she left. So I go, yeah, no. And right when I said no one's here, bam, in the face, on the bed, and then hitting and tasing. And I rolled off backwards, like in the movie, to the other side.
Right.
And by the time I got up and looked, like, what's going on? I see blood on the bed already from me.
Right.
That fast, from my nose and mouth. And I'm like, and I tried to get around him, and he threw me down, and my shirt ripped off.
He's a huge man.
Yeah.
And he's out of his mind on drugs. So how does it end then? You get away from him?
We fight again. And I'm just trying to live. So when I run out front, I think I barefoot, so I cut my toe, my big toe, that big pad under it, was ripped off and just barely holding on. So it's flapping and spraying blood all over.
And it's 5 in the morning. You run outside your house,
and I can't even get out because I have to press a code to get out of my gate, and the gate's slow.
Right.
And he's on me like a cheetah, which is not like him because I don't realize he's
How do you escape?
I didn't. I just flipped back around, and I'm like, so I ran right at him. Now I had to fight him. And I was like, I'm going to die.
Might as well go out with a fight.
So now I'm mad.
Right.
When I've been beaten up for 10 minutes, now I get mad.
And tased.
So
You've had enough.
On the ground, and then I got a few in, and it dropped his taser, and I ran off.
And
then you had to call the cops?
I got back in, and then I locked the door, and he rammed it, and then I was close enough to my bed. That's when I finally thought, oh, wait, I do have a gun. So I slid under, got the gun, and came out with it.
And calmed him down?
Yeah.
Now, did he...
Now the pupil has become the teacher.
The worm has turned, and did the cops show up, or did he flee? Was he there when the cops showed up?
Well, I went, and this is where I get a little, wasn't as tough. I didn't know if he had another gun. I didn't know what he had. So I went into my bathroom's the only one with a lock, my bedroom.
Right.
So I lock the door, and then I look in the mirror, and I'm covered in blood, and I'm like, I'm going to pass out because I feel like adrenaline going away, and now I feel shaky, and I go, So I yell out, I'm going to shoot you, and I'm going to shoot you in your leg, then I'm going to kill you.
Right.
And tough talk.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to kill, I don't want to do anything. I'm just up against, I just rather not die.
Right.
So I open the door, and he's not there, and I go call 911, and they're like, wait in the house. I'm like, wrong, I'm going to be in the alley.
Right.
So I go out, and I've got all these windows, so I have to go to each window with the gun, like in case he's looking back at me with something. So I get to the alley, and I have my gun up, and a cop comes, and I'm facing the cop with my shotgun, and he kind of goes, put it down. He wasn't psycho, but he goes, put it down. And then I was shaky. Then I got on the ground. Then I kind of like... But here's the cool thing I did.
If that was Wesley Snipes, open fire.
Yeah. So there you go.
It's one of those times it's good to be white.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I put it down, and then here's the craziest part. What's in there? I go, some guy broke in my house. Even on 911, I don't say who it is. Who is it? I don't know. Some guy. I'm covering for him.
Right.
After
don't want to
he's
rat him out.
tased you and kicked your
I don't
ass.
know why. Yeah. And then they start thinking I'm lying.
Right.
They can't find him. They go like this, okay, just relax, Mr. Spade. There's 5 cops in your house. They're searching the place. I'm like, you don't have to search everywhere. He's not going to be in the drawers.
Yes.
So,
right. He's going to find a
not
couple
in the
of
medicine cabinet.
yes. So,
he may have left a dime bag behind.
so
sock
anyway,
drawer.
they
In the
took
sock
pictures
drawer?
of me, and then I still said I didn't know, and then finally they go, why would he talk to you if he didn't know you? And I was like, oh yeah.
Right.
Finally they started to think I was guilty, so I go, dude, here's his name, here's where he lives, go get him.
Now, what happened to him?
He did try to take his life that day, and he took 2 bottles of Tylenol PM, which, I take 1, and I'm out for about 2 days. So
Right.
So then they took him to the hospital, and then it was like, do you press charge? I didn't know what to... I just put out a story like we got in a fight, he had a stun... I don't know what to say.
Yeah, because it didn't sound like that much in the news.
I just thought it would be so crazy. I didn't know what to say. I felt so weird about
Listen, I like the underplaying part, especially in a city where, celebrities are heroes because they called 911 after they saw a car accident.
That was the week after that Winona Ryder got pushed and she had an arm sling.
Yeah. Well, I want to know how Laura Flynn Boyle handled it. Was she very supportive after this happened?
Well, they had to go interview her, and she's like, dude, don't make them talk to me. And I go, well, they have to. They need to figure out, like, this is a love triangle. She's like, with him? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what the latest theorem is. But.
We need to take ourselves a break. Do we have
sorry I talked so long.
No, I was
that was
riveted.
A great story.